This computer. Okay, so we're recording. Well, people, thanks for joining us tonight. I just wanted to call a quick Zoom meeting to talk about this TelePatriot mission, Georgia TelePatriot mission that we've got going on. I'm sure you all are aware of it, and I wanted to get our TelePatriot team together and kind of get this kicked off. We're recording this tonight, so I can send it out to those that notified us that they couldn't make it tonight for various reasons. Obviously, we got major holiday coming up here, so I'm sure a lot of people are very, very busy. But we are in the midst of, as you know, this TelePatriot Georgia Get Out the Vote mission. And our state, we have put together a TelePatriot team. Okay, and I want to, a few of us have gotten started on the calls here. Gary has really made a great start. He's way ahead of all of us. But we have a number of people on here that haven't made any calls as yet. So I'm hoping this meeting, one of the purposes of this meeting is to try and make this easier for you. And at one part in our meeting tonight, I want to get to exchanging some techniques and tips that hopefully will make this mission and this exercise easier for you, because it really is easy. It really is easy. It's just, you just got to make that first call. You just got to get started, and it'll get easy for you. There's two purposes behind this mission. Well, there's actually three, but obviously the main purpose is to contact as many people as we can in Georgia to encourage them to get out and vote on January 5th. Now, keep in mind, we cannot express a preference for any particular candidate. We are nonpartisan. All we're doing is just calling to encourage these Georgia voters to get out and vote on January 5th in Georgia. That's the main purpose of this whole mission. Now, the second purpose of this is a little bit not quite as well. It's important, but maybe not on the same level as the election. But we, as a state, have put together a team, and we are being tracked along with all others on how many calls we make. So we need to do a good job so that we represent Indiana in the best light that we can. And that quite honestly, that is measured by the number of calls that we make. So while it's very important, obviously, to talk to people to get out the vote, but keep in mind, it's also important to make as many friggin' calls as you can, and get the number of calls up there. The third point and the third main goal, obviously, I think the calling list that we're using, I think it was George, I think you had mentioned this, that this calling list that's being used, I'm sure Convention of States paid for this list. So we've got to do the best job that we can so that we're utilizing what Convention of States is paid for as best we can. Now, having said that, has anybody got any questions to this point in time? Anybody got any questions? I've got more to cover, but I don't want to. If anyone's got any questions, go ahead and speak up. Okay.
Hey, Dale, I'll just make a comment about expectations when you make a call. About 28% of the calls are successful, meaning you get a person or a voicemail. And about 8% you actually talk to a person. So most of your time is going to be documenting a disconnected number or leaving a voicemail saying, please go vote.
Okay, we're gonna cover that. That's a good point, and that's a very important piece of information. But we'll talk about more about that very shortly here.
Sorry, I got ahead.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, you can't see this right now, but I'm not going to go through the screen sharing here. But Paul, well, I will. What the heck? Hope I can do it.
I did all the work. You could at least share it on your screen, Dale.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Do you all see this screen with Paul's little chart here?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul is going to keep this updated on a daily basis so that we can track from day to day how many calls we have made by individual as well as total. Right now, as you can see, if you all can see this, Gary's made 78 calls so far. So he's far and above leading the way here. I've made 49, George 10, Paul 6, so on and so on. And as you can see, we've got a number of people on here with 0 calls made. Okay, so Paul, where can we post this? Well, do we have? Well, I've got a. Can you set up a direct message with all of the individuals? So, or where can we post this so people can easily see it on Slack every day? I guess is my question.
I'll set up how about a Georgia Get Out the Vote channel and add everybody to it. Okay,
that sound good? All right. So we can track this on a day-to-day basis on how we're doing. Now we're off to a fairly good start here, but we need to get more people involved here, obviously. Paul and I were looking at some of the other regions that are involved in this, and there are a couple other regions that are far ahead of us. So we gotta hustle here. We gotta get going. Now, what we've obviously this goes through January 5th, through election day. So we've got from now until January 5th to get as many calls in as we can. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a little bit of a competition. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen so that we can get back here and see each other. We're going to create a little competition here. And it's based on the number of calls that you made. Now, I'm not included in this, but everybody else will be included in it. And as you can see, Gary's got a big jump on everybody. But I don't know, he might be cheating. I don't know that for a fact. There's no way for me to tell. But he's got thank goodness he's jumped out there and set the example for everyone. But like I said, we're going to make a contest out of this. The winner with the most calls is going to get a $40 gift card. Okay. The second place winner is going to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card. So hopefully that'll be a little incentive for everyone to get busy here and start making some calls. So the winner gets a $40 gift card. Second place runner-up gets a $25 Starbucks gift card. Okay? Okay. I'd like to get a name for this contest. I can't come up with a name yet. So if anybody comes up with a neat name, what was your suggestion, George?
Peachy Keen.
Peachy Keen. Well, no, we're not gonna use that one. But
Fine.
at least George was thinking. Okay. There's also a rainy night in Georgia. There's Georgia on my mind. We got to come up with some sort of a name for this contest. Okay. So anyway, if you come up with a name, let me know, and we'll think about using it.
I do have a question.
No, you don't. No, it's not yet. Not yet. No, go
Come
ahead.
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This what time did you make this list out for these? You said it's the 23rd.
Yeah.
Was it just a minute ago?
Yeah.
Have you got some calls that aren't on there?
126. I've been calling since 12:59.
Really? You've made 126 calls?
Well,
Is that what you said?
just hold on here.
You making those
Let me,
through Google Voice or something?
No, I'm making them through this stupid app. Oh, oh, sorry about the word stupid. The idea is that there's nothing in this app that says we have a busy signal. Where do you put that? Okay, but TelePatriot. Let's get back there to history. Under TelePatriot, can you see? Well, that's all blank, but I have several pages of 8s.
Thomas, I stand corrected. You have 136 calls. I was just spelling your name wrong in the search. And I know that sounds pretty dumb because it's an easy name to spell.
He's got how many
It's
calls?
right there.
136.
Is
You
that
put the
right?
C in, didn't you, Schultz?
Whoa.
Well, Dale, we now know how Gary had the lead and cheated. He paid off this guy that let him was the name.
Hey, Paul, I want my money back.
Well, Thomas, man, that's
I just
terrific.
I just got this one thing to say, is that the people I talked to had already voted, and that was great. I just thank them for standing up for their constitutional rights and let it go at that. And there was one person I talked to, and I have to say this, they never change their number. They live in Alabama.
Oh, really?
So
Okay,
they're
well,
not voting.
that's interesting. Well, good, Thomas. Excellent. Thank you for pointing that out to us. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about making these calls and let's exchange some tips and techniques here, because I know it's hard to get started. And let me lead off here with a couple of tips that I use, and that is, you all have seen the script that they want us to use. Don't use it. Make it very simple and make it very short. You know, when I make a call, if I get a hold of someone, which I seldom do, or if I leave a voicemail message, all I say is, I'm a volunteer for Convention Estates. I'm just calling to encourage you, if you haven't already, to get out and vote come January 5th. As a Georgia voter, we're making calls to encourage people to get out and vote. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep.
Make it as simple as possible. Don't get into a long spiel. They don't want to hear that. And like Paul said, and like Thomas said, my experience has been so far, most of the calls are going to be a no answer, or they're going to be a disconnected number. Very seldom do I get through to anyone, but those calls count. All right, and if you get a disconnected number, then you terminate the call, and the list comes up, and you select disconnected number, wrong number, whatever it is, and select that and hit done and move on to the next call. So the only other tip that I think helps me, and it depends upon the individual, but I like to do calls in chunks, what I call chunks, and that's 5 calls. So like today, this morning, I went to the gym here, the local gym here, to work out. And so I got my work, was doing my workout. I took a break, and I went and right there in the gym, had my phone in my pocket, headphones on, and I did a chunk. I did 5 calls. Went back, did some more of my workout, took another break, did another chunk of calls. Ended my workout at the gym, went out into the parking lot to get in my car, sat in the car, did another chunk of calls. So I do them in chunks, okay? And I think today I got 20 calls. So however it works for you, you just gotta make those first calls, and you'll feel comfortable, and you'll keep going. So that's the only tips and techniques that I have. Who wants to go next? Gary, you got any tips or techniques that you want to pass on?
Well, I would agree with the idea. Once you get started, it goes really fast. I mean, many of the calls, numbers disconnected, so you push the button, number disconnected, go to the next one. If I get a voicemail, I just say, Gary, Convention of States, we're calling to encourage people to vote, and say, people who think like us get out and vote, we'll get a favorable outcome to this election. And thanks for taking my message, and goodbye, whatever. But it goes really fast. I talked to a couple of people, but and they were very friendly. I was surprised because I know they're getting bombarded with phone calls. Right. But it goes really fast. I made calls. I was waiting for my wife. She went into Kroger, and in the time she was in there, I probably made 30 calls. I mean, it's just that fast. In 15 minutes, I probably made 30 calls.
We're not sending text messages on this call, right? We're not doing any of that. Now, Gary, let me ask you: when you leave a voicemail message and you terminate the call, then you click that you left a voicemail message, do you input what the message was or anything like that?
Oh, I started out doing that, but now I just put VM for voicemail.
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. I put LVM, the acronym, left voicemail. Don't sit there and try to input everything you said. Just BM and go on to the next call. Go click, click, click. Keep going. Thomas, you got any special techniques or tips for us?
No, I don't have anything special, since I'm confined to how long I can sit here. So when I get tired of sitting, I just get up and walk around and get a cup of coffee, and then I come back and just start again.
Right, right. Well, it's whatever you're doing, it's working for you. So good deal, my man. Good deal. Okay, guys, that's basically, unless anybody's got any other tips or questions, that's basically what I had to say. George, Paul, you got anything? Mark, Richard, you guys got any questions or comments?
This is George. No, I don't. I'm pretty much with all you guys. I like it short and sweet. They don't want to hear big why we're doing this or anything. Trying to go through the script and figure out if they answered a yes or no, which part of the script you want to read. Heck with that noise. We're trying to call people to get them out to vote. So tell them that.
Right, right.
That's all we need to do.
I'm like, I think Gary said it, the people I talked to have already voted. So,
Yeah. 2 of my 3 that I talked to said the same thing. He'd already voted, and another guy said he's put in for an absentee ballot, or he already had an absentee ballot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mark, Richard, questions or comments?
No, but I'll be getting on it. Sorry, I've been slacking.
Well, we've been noting that. We've been wanting to talk to you about that. Yeah, but no, I just kidding. Well, like I said, we got time now. Obviously, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. No call. I wouldn't make any calls on Christmas Day.
I think the mission will be shut down on Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
Well, okay.
Is the plan. So you won't be able to make calls.
Gary, do you make calls on the weekend? Do you do on the weekend?
Oh, mostly I make them late afternoon or early in the evening, but weekends, yeah, I wouldn't call on Sunday morning. I probably wouldn't call on Sunday, but I'd make calls pretty much any other time.
Saturday would be okay.
Sure.
I typically do, the calls I generally make are like between 10 and 5 during the day. But like I said, I do them in chunks. So
Well, that's why you only get voicemails, is because you're calling while people are out working.
Well,
a good trick.
true. That's true. So okay, I'll download this recording and get it out to everyone, to those that.
I had one more question real quick.
Yeah.
Is there a time not to call? Like, is there a cutoff time, like after like 9 o'clock? Because they're on a different time schedule, aren't they?
No, they're the same time as us.
They're on the same time zone. I don't know that correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. I don't think the mission shuts down at any particular time, does it?
I don't believe it does, but obviously you don't want to be calling at midnight.
Yeah, I think maybe I don't know.
I think 9 o'clock is the absolute latest.
9 o'clock would be the latest. Okay.
I generally don't call after 8, but
Yeah.
yeah.
9 to 9 is generally the time that telemarketing calls are allowed.
Okay.
I would also point out, Dale, that so far, Indiana, thanks to me fixing the numbers and knowing Thomas's numbers, Indiana has made 30% of the calls in this mission, and there are 15 past states. So you do the math.
Whoa.
Hey, how about that? All right.
Hey, I want to say congrats to Thomas. Great job, man.
Yeah, that is really great, Thomas.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Well, who's gonna win then?
Well, you're looking good, Thomas. You Are you feeling better as each day progresses?
It's each day progresses, and sometimes last week was it last week that we had a state call?
It was the
Yeah.
When
16th.
did we have
Yeah, last week.
my activities caught up with me, and
Yeah,
I just,
yeah.
in fact, I sent a message to overslept and asked them if we was having a meeting yesterday for RCs and DCs, and my wife told me it was last week.
All right, all right.
This
Okay.
must,
All right, that's a wrap. Everyone, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a great Christmas. Richard, are you having to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
My day off is Friday, which is Christmas, so my day designated as a holiday will be tomorrow. So I have off Thursday and Friday.
Oh,
The post office, though, will be out delivering packages on Christmas Day.
Oh my God.
Delivering mail, but packages. So if you guys are missing anything, because right now they're nationwide, they're about 2-3 weeks behind on parcel delivery.
oh boy, oh boy. So you will be working that day?
No. I am off the next 2 days
Okay.
from work. I have a chore list from my wife, and then I have, phone calls to make.
There you go.
Richard works for the Postal
No.
Service. Hey. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Once again, Merry Christmas to all of you, and let's get the calls going. Keep them going. Keep up good work, Thomas. He's setting the leading the way for all of us. So let's try and catch up to him. All right.
All right, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
You all a good
night.